Welcome, you guys. Thanks for joining in. Let us know where you're coming from in the comment section. It's a little different with webinar because we can't see your pretty faces.
I
But
know. Yeah, we want to hear your
to,
comments.
right.
Yeah.
Salinas.
Venus, awesome.
Oh, Shannon, cool.
Awesome. Where's
Love it.
Susan?
Suisun?
Where is
Pleasanton,
that?
cool.
That's awesome. Pleasanton, fantastic. All right, you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and share our screen and welcome you. Yeah, welcome to Summer Essentials. I am Carrie Ramirez, and we have Shannon Belfaust and Aaliyah. Aaliyah, say your name for me. I feel like I always say it wrong.
Hagen.
Hagen. Okay, I have it. I have to trust myself.
Yeah, perfect.
And we have some great, juicy, amazing content that we've been so excited to share. We were just talking right before, just looking through the slides that Aaliyah has the memories. And we're just like, oh my gosh, we want to go outdoors. We want to go camping. We want to, do all these fun things. Let me see about getting to the next. There we go. So the agenda for today, it's all about summer, you guys. I know it's a little different than we probably pictured summer would be, but a lot of things have opened. So we're just being grateful wherever you are that we get to still go out. We're hiking and we're going to the beach and we're able to do these things. So the essential oils, these tips are really going to be helpful for you. So today we're going to talk about road tripping with oils and camping and hiking, bug and tick repellent. Yes. Summer skincare with first aid, sunscreen, right? Getting that non-toxic things in there. Sunburn care, moisturizing. Shannon is the queen of information, you guys, for poison oak. So really take notes on this one. Of course, we just pushed record, so you'll have the recording, but it's tried and true, and she knows. Slim and Sassy, I'm going to be talking to you guys about Slim and Sassy and some yummy drinks infused with oils, and then Shannon again will be talking to you about what's going on for June. We have some really, really cool specials happening. So actually a lot of specials, a lot of cool things. I'm really excited about June. First up is Aaliyah. And she's going to talk to us about all the outdoor goodies, the things that you need, some hot tips. So take it away, Aaliyah.
Cool, thank you. First of all, I just want to address, I couldn't do this and not address what's going on. I just want to send a lot of love out there to everybody and just hoping we're staying in action to really move things forward. So just wanted to send my love and thoughts out to everyone. So just had to put that in there. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about kind of all things outdoors. And if you know me, you know that I love the outdoors and I spend a lot of time out there. So I have a lot of experience with using the oils outdoors. And so here's just a fun image. These oils really do come in handy, from, too much heat, trying to cool down, to maybe eating some weird things at these picnics and having some support that way. And so I'm going to be going in more depth here in the next few slides. And then road trip essentials. So I've done quite a few 30-day camping road trips, and I can tell you that the oils are so incredibly helpful, especially on the road. So from head tension to a sore lower back to car uneasiness, I'm trying to stay compliant here, to diffusing in the car, you name it. There's definitely some great uses for the oils. And then camping. So again, from sore muscles to cleaning your hands, we all know that camping can get much dirtier than anticipated, to making sure we are using natural bug repellent. And then the Purify here is great for soothing bug bites. I just wanted to kind of highlight that because I've already kind of talked about these. I just really liked these images, so I wanted to include them. So we can go ahead forward. There's my toe. So these are a couple photos from my last 30-day road trip. And So the one on the left, I made sure to bring the all-purpose cleaner that doTERRA has. So it's just doTERRA's cleaner concentrate and water. This was a lifesaver because things get dirty when you're on the road and when you're camping. So we use it to clean our stove every night. And then also the lemon, that's some sap on my toe. Like when you're camping, you don't have access to all of these different like Goo Gone and like random things. It's really good to have multi-purpose things with you. And that's why the oils are so beautiful in that regard, because they have multi benefits and multi-uses. So the lemon's really good for getting sticky stuff off. This sap would normally take, you can't even remove it without Goo Gone or lemon, but I highly recommend the lemon. It's non-toxic. So it worked really well. I just wanted to show you guys that. And then the essential oils to repel bugs. There's obviously a lot of bugs that can come up, especially in the summertime. And there's certain oils that the bugs don't like. So this is a really great image. You can take a screenshot if you want, or take a screenshot during the recording. I usually have a handout or a guide for you guys. I just didn't have enough time this week with everything going on to make a guide, but I will create an outdoor guide at some point. So if you want to find me on Instagram and message me when you want that, please feel free to do that. That's my Instagram handle. But for the time being, just feel free to screenshot any of the images that you like. And then this is an image that I took on my last road trip too. So TerraShield was absolutely in my hiking backpack, no matter where we went. Like at this lake, there's a lot of bugs flying around. And so we used it then, and it just comes in handy all the time. So I took the TerraShield spray, and then I just added some of these other oils for extra support. And here are some fun tips for the TerraShield. You can, at home, you can spray it around your window and door frames to keep pests at bay. And then you can also mist down tent and other camping equipment to keep pests out of the campsite, which is definitely a big problem. There's so many pictures of me hiding from mosquitoes at our campsite, so it's definitely helpful. And then for our pets, we can use these oils on our pets too. So we want to be careful with certain oils. I recommend looking up online. Dogoiler.com is a great resource for all things pets, but this is a great recipe that I found from Oil Ohana. Just has a TerraShield, peppermint, cedarwood, and arbor vitae. And you can spray this into your hand, rub your hands together, wipe down your dog's back, underbelly, and you can actually like soak your dog's collar in this mix too. That works really well. And in case we do get a bug bite roller, the oils come in hand again. So this is a great recipe. Again, feel free to screenshot these. But these 3 oils here are going to always be good for skin. So this you can use as just an all over face roller too, as a moisturizer. So again, multi-use here. And ticks. So this is really important. Lyme disease is no bueno, to say the least. I don't know if you guys personally have Lyme or know anyone with Lyme, but it's really serious. And it's really important to note that ticks can be as small as a poppy seed, which is scary. Ticks are like my worst nightmare. I'm so terrified of them. So some tick prevention tips. So wear long sleeve clothing when possible, which is also good for sun protection. And then also here, to wear light colored clothes so that you can see the ticks easier. And then also, to be really cool, you can tuck your pants into your socks so that they don't crawl up and find the warm groin areas that they like to go into. And then of course, staying on the trail, trying to avoid tall grass, and then also using TerraShield and the oils. You really have to reapply like every 2 to 3 hours, especially when we're sweating. But it's good to like spray it into your hand first. Again, rub your hands together and just kind of rub it all over. And then also do frequent tick checks throughout your hike. And especially when you get home, like scrub yourself really well, check yourself. Like checking each other for ticks is a real thing. And then also check your pets and gear. So just be really thorough, especially when you get home. And what if you get bit? This is kind of a confusing topic, but I was doing some research, and it's really important to do a correct removal. And I do have a great resource that I found. Again, message me at Aaliyah's Roots Remedies, and I'll put in my email and my Instagram in the chat later. Message me if you want that link. I'll send it to you. I know there's a video around that was going around like last year about a person putting peppermint on the tick. You do not want to do that. Yes, it'll come out, but it also regurgitates all of its contents into your skin when it's really irritated like that. So we don't want to put any substance on the tick or burn it. And then it's really important to send the tick to the lab as well. This is one that I came across. And if it's attached longer than 16 hours, I think it is really important to take antibiotics. I never, recommend antibiotics. There's also herbal and pharmaceutical, but honestly, Lyme disease is way worse than any gut dysbiosis that you're gonna experience with Lyme disease. So I just want to put that in there. Again, I can send you that link if you want it. All right, we can go to the next slide. And then hiking essentials. I tend to have both of these things always with me in my hiking backpack. I'll talk a little bit about what to keep in your hiking backpack at all time. I'll try not to take over this whole webinar. There's a million things I could talk about, but I'll try to keep it brief. But pain management, I mean, a real barrier to exercise is pain. I realize that. So utilizing your oils before and after is going to be really important. I've kind of just listed some great anti-inflammatory pain support oils here. And then respiratory support, a really good thing to do. I don't have Breathe right next to me, but I'll just show you. You take a drop of Breathe or peppermint in your hand, just like this. If you have oils, if you have a mint oil with you, I recommend doing this with me. Rub your hands together and then cup your hands like this and then breathe in through your mouth. So especially with mint oils, you're going to feel it opening up your lungs immediately. So this is really good to do before we exercise, especially before we're outside. It helps our lungs open up. And then you can rub any excess on your neck and chest. And then dealing with the heat. Of course, it's going to get hot during summer, depending on where you're living, but 1 drop of peppermint on the back of your neck, it's a total game changer. This has saved me from heat exhaustion like multiple times. The pre-diluted peppermint roller is another good trick as well. And then I thought this was pretty cool. You can, if you're wearing a hat, you can put a couple drops or 1 drop just right on your hat brim there. And you can kind of use that as like a little self diffuser, if you will. And here are just some pictures of my road trip last summer. I always keep these with me, no matter like what. The 8-valve keychain that you see there on the left is super handy because it's just really small and you can carry it with you always. So I like to keep the deep blue rub and these main oils and the TerraShield with me in my backpack at all times. This is on the top of a mountain, as you can see, that was very difficult to get up. So the Breathe was very helpful. And then the hiking 10 essentials. I'm not going to spend too much time here, but I think it's really important, especially if we're doing more backcountry hiking, to be prepared. So water and water filter is really good to have. Headlamp, a poop kit, definitely important to have. I'll go into more details in a second. Rain gear and layers, duct tape. You really don't need a first aid kit, something that I've learned more recently. Duct tape will do it. We don't need to get all these fancy like first aid kits. Duct tape will take care of most first aid issues. Some sort of fire source, a knife or multi-tool, extra food, navigation, really simple is just to have a compass, and then some sort of shelter like an emergency bivvy. And this is really just in case of an overnight emergency. This obviously isn't going to get you through like weeks of being outdoors, but I just want to include this here because safety first. Poop kit. So I see way too much used toilet paper on the trail, like way too much. It's definitely one of my pet peeves. So it's important, like I keep this in my hiking backpack at all the time because we never know when nature's going to call. So toilet paper is really handy, optional to have wipes. That's more of like a backpacking thing. And then empty Ziplocs or doggy bags. Those are really good for used toilet paper. Please don't bury your toilet paper. Pack it. If you pack it in, you have to pack it out, because buried toilet paper immediately gets dug up by animals, and then now it's not buried anymore. Hand sanitizer, I love to use my On Guard spray. It's just water and On Guard, or you can use doTERRA's pre-made, which is nice because it's actually in plastic, so it's lighter. And then a lightweight trowel so that you make sure you dig deep enough when you have to go, because you don't want to just poop on the ground and leave it there. So there's your poop kit. And just some other ideas that I have that I like using the oils for. So like rock climbing, the deep blue is so helpful for rock climbing because I have trouble with my wrists. And so it's really good before and after that. And then also the breathe oil, like I mentioned, the Correct X is like nature's Neosporin. And so it's really good for any of the scrapes that you will get rock climbing. And then the Rescuer roller is another blend that doTERRA has that's really good for pain support. All right, so now we're going to go into summer skincare. So we can just go ahead to the next slide here. So first thing to note is that citrus oils are photosensitive. So what that means is they make our skin more sensitive to the sun. And so they can make us burn easier. So just note that all citrus oils are photosensitive, besides green mandarin, actually. So just if you're using them like this, just make sure you're not putting them on areas that are really going to be overexposed to the sun. And we also have to pay attention to oil blends that have citrus in them as well. So just be mindful of that as we're moving into the more sunny time of year. And first aid. So really easy first aid spray is unscented witch hazel. Need to add an L in there, plus 5 drops each of tea tree, lavender, and frankincense. So that's my friend's toe there. I don't know what it is about me and toes in this slide, but there you go. You never know what's going to happen. This was in Hawaii, so we're barefoot most likely. And then first aid ointment, like I've mentioned, doTERRA's Correct X is all you need. It's really simple. And then sunscreen. So I'm not going to go through these in super detail, but these are some ingredients to avoid. Recommend taking a screenshot of this if you want to. I highly recommend following Plateful Health. She's an MD, a medical doctor, and she puts out great information about all things wellness. So these are definitely things that we need to be avoiding in our sunscreen, especially if we're swimming in the ocean, because they mess up the coral reefs, and coral reefs have major impact to our planets and our wellness. So this is a cool picture. This was the last day of my road trip, my last road trip this summer, or this past summer. So I actually really like this sunscreen because it's in a tin, and we can reuse the tin or we can actually recycle the tin. Many of the sunscreens that we have are in plastic tubes that we can never reuse or recycle. So I like this. It is somewhat expensive, but a little goes a long way. I'll be going through how to make your own really easily too. So we can go ahead to the next slide. If you don't want the one in the tin, these are some other good brands that don't have any of those nasty ingredients. Again, this is from the plateful.health Instagram account. So if you want to look on her account, these are some great brands to be aware of. Sorry, I know I'm going kind of fast, but we have a lot to cover. You can always catch the recording, right? And then here's a great recipe. Take a screenshot of this if you can. Super simple: coconut oil, shea butter, carrot seed oil. You don't actually need the carrot seed oil. It's just supposedly helpful for more SPF support. And then zinc oxide, that's the ingredient that's actually going to help with the sun protection. And then sandalwood is a really good oil for that. There's some other ones. Lavender is great too. And I'm forgetting the other ones right now, but that's a good. And you basically just melt all of it together, and then you can have it in like a glass jar or whatever. And then I see a comment there. Not sure what that says. And you have your sunscreen. So it's way cheaper than buying it for sure.
She's saying, can you move the cursor over so this cursor is in the way?
Probably, because I'm not sharing my screen. I don't think it would be.
Or if you guys can see it. She's just saying,
Right.
can you move the cursor over?
Can you see it now, Carissa?
Might be this.
Okay. Well, let's just
keep going.
Yep, perfect.
Hold on. Move this down.
And then the after sun spray with essential oils, really simple again. Really, you can just do water and essential oils, but the aloe vera gel or juice is really helpful. It's really important to get the pure aloe vera. It's actually kind of hard to find in some areas, but this is a good recipe. It works really well, you guys. The lavender is really soothing. There's another question, I can't read it. It's really soothing. It's good for reducing redness, and the peppermint's super cooling. So this is really helpful. You could also add some frankincense in there if you wanted some extra healing support. So this is a good recipe. And honestly, if you just Google these things, that's kind of how I found some of these recipes. So just Google DIY sun spray doTERRA and you'll pop up with lots of great recipes. And then this is a really good hack if you want to like moisturize. So doTERRA's hand and body lotion is great because it's unscented. So you can mix it up in a small bowl if you want to, or just mix it up in your hand like I tend to do. So just squirt some in your hand, put a couple drops of each of these oils on, and just lather yourself in it. It's a good way to moisturize. And sorry, that's blurry. Or you could use doTERRA's body butter, which is like extra moisturizing. What I really like to do to avoid the waste is make my own. Super simple. This is like one of the easiest recipes, just 2 ingredients. It's just a carrier oil and essential oils. And then you can use it for your face, body, hair, you name it. So you can really customize what you want from making your own as well. I see another question on there. And then I just had to put this in here because I love these memes or photos. It's really important to note that moving into the summer months, especially after pandemic, to give ourselves a break, right? Everybody has a bikini body. And I love this picture on the right, how to get a summer body. Step 1, have a body. Step 2, wait for summer. So I'm all for dropping the shame of our bodies. I know that I've dealt with that a lot. So let's just all be free like these women here. How long is the shelf life for these, or best way to store? Are you talking about the essential oils, or I'll just kind of wait for that response and then we can move forward, and then I'll answer it. Perfect. And then off to Shannon. She is, like Carrie mentioned in the beginning, really knowledgeable about poison oak. So I will turn it over to her.
Yay, thank you, Aaliyah, for all your fun and awesome images.
Yeah.
So you guys, I have poison oak and I have a very long relationship. I did notice that we have some people on the East Coast and you guys are dealing with poison ivy, maybe even poison sumac. So I do apologize. I don't go into those. But a lot of the information is basically the same except for the identification. You'll definitely want to make sure that you look for really educate yourself on being able to identify these poisonous plants. Next slide. I personally get poison oak very, very badly. I'm highly allergic. I spent many a night in the ER emergency rooms in hospitals because of poison oak. So I have a long history and I've tried lots and lots of different things. And prevention and protection is the 2 top ways to just completely avoid it. So obviously avoiding the plants, we're going to talk about how to identify poison oak specifically. And it is here in the Pacific region, it is pretty much in season every season, just in different ways. So we want to stay on cleared pathways. If we're camping, make sure you pitch your tent in an area free of these particular plants. And pets is a big thing. Keep pets from running through wooded areas. You guys, if I had $1 for every time I loved on a friend's pet that was covered in poison oak that I didn't know, I would be probably a millionaire. So even though you may not get poison oak, if you're allowing your pets to roam and run, they're probably picking up poison oak, and they literally will spread it all over your house. Anything that their fur touches, the oils will make connection with. So definitely wearing protective clothing. This really kind of just affirms right for, ticks and bugs. Protect your skin by wearing socks, wearing boots, pants, long sleeves, and vinyl gloves. I don't really do the vinyl gloves thing when I'm camping, hiking, or camping. I really am all about avoiding the plants themselves. Removing plants, pulling them out of the ground by the root is the most effective. You definitely want to wear heavy gloves here. Afterward, remove the gloves, thoroughly wash them, as well as your hands. My biggest plea to all of you is never, ever, ever burn poison oak or related plants. I have inhaled poison oak from the smoke from a neighbor's burn. They ripped out all their poison oak. They did a massive burn. Myself and my cousin were affected greatly. We had poison oak from the top of our head, all of our chest, our back, needless to say, in our private areas, as well as all the way down to our feet. So we literally, and it was just because the poison oak was burned, the oils travel with the smoke and they land where they land. We were playing outside at this particular time, and we did spend an evening in the hospital. We had lots of shots, and we were miserable for 2 weeks. We weren't even able to actually wipe ourselves after going to the restroom because the poison oak had become so invasive on our bodies. So please do not burn poison oak or related plants, okay? As well as the fact that even if your skin is not, you don't have any kind of issues with skin and poison oak, if you inhale poison oak, it actually becomes systematic, and it is actually very, very dangerous. So protect your family, protect your friends and your neighbors. Please do not burn poison oak or related plants. I know that it seems like it was super easy and it shouldn't do all that, but it really does. I am a living testament. So we want to make sure that we wash your skin or your pet's fur immediately if you think you may have come in contact with poison oak, okay? If you're cleaning your pet, use those rubber gloves and give your pet a bath. I highly recommend Dawn dish soap, as a matter of fact. It's really great for pulling oils out. You can actually add a few drops of lemon essential oil. Lemon essential oil, as well as the citrus oils, they will help break down those oils and really get them out of the fur. Cleaning contaminated objects, we really want to make sure that we're cleaning everything, especially clothing. For a little while, my husband actually has been a park ranger several times in his life, and a lot of times they're dealing with a lot of poison oak and a lot of these plants. And he would actually, because I'm so highly allergic, he would actually come in through the garage, and he would strip out all of his exterior clothing, and we would wash those clothes isolated from everything else, and then we would actually wash again. I would actually clean the washing machine and the dryer before I actually would load the rest of the clothes in, because I got poison oak once or twice just from, we believe, poison oak that lingered in the wash. So hot water, hot dry. Next slide. So this is your identification for poison oak. Look at all these beautiful colors. Poison oak is such a beautiful plant, and it's very, very colorful. It's really good to know that they're in season all the time. They're just at different varying stages, okay? So the old-fashioned leaves of 3, let it be, if anybody heard that, What you want to know is that most poison oak, especially Pacific poison oak, will always have leaves of 3. So if you look at each of these, they all have 3 nice little leaves. And yes, even the sticks and the stems, even if all the leaves have dropped off, those also have lots of poison oak in them. Poison oak and blackberries, you guys, are companion plants. They love to grow together in the wild. They actually protect each other in different ways. So it's really good to know that poison oak never has thorns of any kind. So you're probably looking at maybe a blackberry bush and not a poison oak bush. Maybe you're not seeing the blackberries, but be very, very careful because, again, blackberries and poison oak, they love to coexist. So you definitely want to be careful if you're doing any kind of wild crafting or wild harvesting of fresh, delicious berries, which is one of my favorite things to do. The leaves are always they're never side by side, directly kind of connected to the stem. They're always a little bit off, okay? And they never have spiky edges or I want to say like laced edges. They're always a little bit larger, rounded edges like you see in these photos. Really easy to find a lot of this information, you guys, wherever you live. Just go into Google and identifying poison oak, poison ivy, or poison sumac, and there's lots of amazing resources. But especially here on the coast, just know that it's in all different colors and it's always very beautiful, but we definitely want to avoid at all possible costs. So next slide. So this is my care when these both go with me when I'm camping. The mud mask is actually great for bites as well. Lavender is for any kind of bug bites or owies that you come along the way. I love Purify for that as well. Leah touched on that. But you do want to, I always pack Dawn dishwashing detergent, especially when I'm camping, because it serves 2 purposes. You know, I'm able to clean my utensils and my area, as well as I really pack it because I want to make sure that if I am ever exposed, I use it. So Dawn really is great about breaking up oils and really cleaning the area. If you apply lavender directly to the area, you want to allow the essential oil to absorb, so give it a second or 2. What's lovely about doTERRA is that they don't have, they don't mess with their oils. It's pure lavender essential oil. There's no fillers or petroleum products in there, so they absorb into the skin pretty quickly. Once that is done, you want to follow that with a thick layer of that detoxifying mud mask, okay? And then apply a bandage around it to where the mud mask is allowed to do its magic, which is actually kind of draw out any oils that may be under the skin that the washing didn't actually get to. And then when you want to make sure that the mud mask dries completely. After that, you want to wash it off with cool water, never hot, and then wash again with soap, apply your lavender, and then your mud mask, literally until the rash is gone or starting to dry up. That has been my absolute best care. And I've tried almost everything out there. I've tried different soaps, and there's lots of poison oak soaps and this and that and the other, and there's lots of other stuff. But when I'm hiking and when I'm camping, I do like to carry as little as possible. So the Dawn dishwashing soap actually works really well. Just as good as a lot of those kind of somewhat expensive poison oak, poison ivy soaps that are out there from my experience. And I have a lot of experience, unfortunately. So next slide. I think, okay, cool. So that's all my poison oak stuff. You guys stay safe, identify as much as you possibly can. The more you know, the better. And what I would love to do is I'm excited to introduce the amazing Carrie Ramirez. She's gonna go over Slim and Sassy. I'm actually drinking it in my water this evening. All kinds of goodness for you. So I'll turn it over to Miss Carrie.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Shannon. That was super good information. I didn't know that one story. I've known you for so long. I didn't know that one story that happened. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, I have so many. Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, but also you were able to give us good information. So
Yeah.
sometimes those stories, things come out of our stories or experiences. So you're paying it forward. All right, so I'm going to talk first about Slim and Sassy. Sometimes we call it cut and confident for the fellas. It is, oh gosh, it is so good. I love that you're saying that, Shannon. You're drinking it in your water. I feel like, especially in the afternoon, it's like kind of this energizing oil. But the reason we're talking about it with summer time, with the summer season, is it helps with slimming down. It actually helps with your metabolism. So having a little, Shannon said she put a little bit in her water. So it also helps with hunger cravings. So it just kind of takes that little edge off. I feel like in my experience, I don't want the carbs. Like it really is, it's changing what I'm craving. So that's always a plus, especially during summer. Easy to add to our water. It's a diuretic and a stimulant. So like we're saying afternoon, kind of that afternoon drop sometimes that we get. It's great. Don't do the caffeine, you guys. Honestly, give this a shot. Give Slim and Sassy a shot. Okay, so how to use putting 4 to 5 drops under your tongue. And I think, honestly, for me, I mean, that's easy. You can do that, but I love to just put it in water. There's also the Slim and Sassy, the soft gels, and there are 5 drops in the soft gels. So that's easy too, to just take it, right? You're just taking a capsule. If you don't have those, what is great is you can get an empty gel capsule and put 4 to 5 drops in that capsule and take it. You can add it to your shakes. Diffuse it for an energy boost. That's really good, especially again in the afternoon or the morning. You can add it to your foods. And let's see, I'm gonna see what, okay, so add 4 drops. So 4 drops to 4 ounces of water. In my experience, what I found with Slim and Sassy, I started off with 1 because you are having some detoxification that's happening in your body. So I started with 1 drop in like my glass water bottle. And again, this is one that you're gonna, just like the other citruses, Aaliyah touched on the photosensitivity for your skin, but with our citruses, you're gonna wanna put them in glass. So have your glass or your stainless steel or a mug, something like that. So just keeping that in mind. All right, we have a little more on Slim and Sassy. The gum. How many of you guys, have you guys tried the gum? It is so cool. I love the package to begin with. It's such a cool package, and it comes in the little things like this. So you just push your gum out, and there's 32 pieces of gum in the Slim and Sassy package, and each piece of gum has a drop of Slim and Sassy in it. I love the flavor. It really does last a long time. It's kind of interesting when you first chew it, that it kind of like comes together more. It's like you taste it or you chew it, it's a little bit apart, and all of a sudden it becomes gum. I don't know there's like a childhood candy that it kind of reminds me of, like, that's like, I can't even think of what it is, where it's all together. All of a sudden, oh, it chews and now it's gum. So it kind of has that sugar-free, of course, and long-lasting flavor for sure. So if you're just feeling like, I want to resist, maybe some ice cream or carb. I mean, it's summer, celebrate and have some fun. But if you're really, looking for a goal, or maybe you're just needing to level out that blood sugar, speed up the metabolism, it's a great way to do it. Just chew on some yummy gum, freshen your breath, have some energy. It's pretty good. Okay, and dry brushing. I love dry brushing. Just putting a drop or 2 of Slim and Sassy on your dry brush and using that on your skin. It's so great for circulation and increased energy. You always want to start, like you could start from your feet, and I do like maybe my feet up to my knees on one side, and then I do equal on the other side, and you're always going towards your heart. And you just, it feels so good. I feel like it's like your skin is just energized. You're getting rid of all those dead skin cells. So you're exfoliating for a better appearance, helps with the cellulite, which Slim and Sassy does anyway, but just having that dry brush. So if you're doing your hands, you're going up again, going towards the heart, always going towards the heart. So stimulates the cells, like I said, for cellulite. All right, and now we're going to talk a little bit more about detoxifying and energy. And if you guys have these oils with you, I'm really going to invite you to take them out, put a drop on your hand, really get a, really inhale and experience them. If you have your water near you, put a drop. You can put every one of these in your in your water. Just do one drop of each. Like all of these combined. I love making the different combinations. But citrus in your water, I feel like when I put it in, I drink more water, first of all. Again, it's helping just to cleanse the body. Lime, I feel like lime is a little like sassy. I like lime. Uplifting, it's an antioxidant, helps with mood support. So if you have that, just do your little, getting to the end of my lime. Oh my goodness. Rub your hands together and just really take that deep inhale and just like just a little bit of happy going on there. Tangerine is a really special oil. Helps again with energy. Notice a lot of the citrus oils are very similar for what they do, right? For our health and in our body, for our body. It's just really more like what you're drawn to. I mean, each one has a little difference, but so tangerine is for energy. It's a great cleanser, digestive support. So putting a little in your water again, drinking that. Energy in the afternoon. I'm looking for my tangerine. Which one's tangerine? And mood support again. So lemon, cleansing, antioxidant, great for cleaning body and around. Like, I know we're talking about in your water, but I just can't help but say, like, when you're cleaning with these oils, it's just, it makes you happy. It's just so, it's great for your house and for your mood and, for yourself. Wild orange, mood support, sleeping. If you're having feelings of anxiety, inhaling that, putting it in your water, just drinking that in, especially the first thing in the morning, getting that citrus. I feel like there's just such a great lift that happens. And then green mandarin, that's kind of a special one, right? With the metabolism support, maybe mix that with a little Slim and Sassy and see what happens. But out of all, like, there's a couple mixtures I love so much. I would say wild orange and, well, there's just too many. Wild orange and grapefruit, lemon and wild orange, lime and wild orange, everything with wild orange for me. But green mandarin was like a really big surprise oil. When I tried it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so unique. And I love that we can use that one and not worry on our skin. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple of recipes to make your summer super fun. So lavender lemonade, it is so yummy, and it's actually, it helps quench your thirst for sure, but lavender is calming, right? So you have that kind of sweetness, and just picture the sun and drinking this lemonade, and you're also just chilling, right? So you have this wonderful lavender, and it's so good, and an easy recipe. So 1 cup of lemon juice, 5 cups cold water, 1 cup of coconut sugar, or a sweetener of your choice. And then you could do either 1 or 2 drops of the lemon. And again, I would try 1 drop of lavender first and see. One drop of lavender for 5 cups is probably pretty good. Like, you can try that and see. Stir it together, add ice, just enjoy that amazing recipe. Sipping someplace that zen that you enjoy, maybe at a lake, or I don't know. Where do you guys like to go? What's your plan? What's that, Shannon?
Oh, I thought I was muted. I was like, the front porch these days.
Hey, you just fixed up your back porch too. Excuse me. All right, this looks so fun. Watermelon and lime slushy recipe. And how easy is that? So you're cutting your watermelon, you have it out, for yourself or for your family. Just take 3 cups of it, and 1 cup of coconut water, a drop of lime oil and ice. Blend, you're ready to go. Super easy, right? Isn't it cute in the watermelon? Like, that would be fun to serve it with the straw or with a spoon. So Leah, you're getting all the messages coming in? Yeah, okay. I hope you guys try these. All right, and the last one, of course, is a margarita. What's summer without a margarita? This one's super easy too. You're just putting everything in your shaker. So 2 ounces of tequila, 2 freshly squeezed limes, a squirt of agave, and 2 drops of wild orange. That's kind of be like your triple sec or Grand Marnier, and Himalayan salt. I wanted to say one thing I really like to do with the salt. You can have your Himalayan salt, and you can add like a drop or so of the lime oil, and then you mix your salt together. So on the rim of your glass, you have your slice of lime, the fruit, you know, and go around the ridge. And then when you put it in the salt with the lime, it's so good. It adds a lot. Or you could even do that with wild orange too in the salt. Just saying, call me. I'm coming over. Let me know if you make it. Yummy. All right. Now we're going to hand it back over to Shannon. She's going to share with us, you guys, the promos for this month. The promotions are phenomenal.
Okay, so yeah, we have all kinds of goodies this month for the promos. So every month doTERRA throws out some good juicy sales and freebies. So we're going to go over that right now. Next slide. Oh. Okay, awesome. So in June, Naoli, I believe I'm saying that properly. So this one is free with any LRP order of 125 or more. As long as that order is placed on or before the 15th of the month, you're going to get this free. We're going to dive into what that is in a moment. 15% off the beautiful spray. This is absolutely fantastic, and I wish they would come out with this essential oil like on the reg, but right now we can get it in this beautiful hydrating body mist. A free Immortelle with any 200 PV order. And I always like to point out, you guys, that if you do a 200 PV order on or before the 15th of the month, you're going to get the Immortelle and the Naoli. So you get both of them in one bang. So that's awesome. The other thing that they have this beautiful citrus bloom collection that's going to be available, and the Amavi Father's Day kit. And this one came out last year, went really fast. My husband loves it. So we're going to dive into each one right now. So the Naoli, I believe I'm saying that right. Again, this one is free with any LRP order of 125 PV or more on or before the 15th of the month. And let's dive into what it is. It is actually, what's interesting about this is that it is in the same family as your tea tree essential oil or your Melaleuca essential oil. However, it's milder as far as aroma, and even milder as far as like that kind of intense astringent properties. So it's from Australia, from a bushy plant. A lot of this, it's going to carry a lot of the similar supporting uses as tea tree. So it's really amazing for your skin and your mouth, to keep it very healthy looking, very, very clean. Just one drop to facial cleanser or even toothpaste is an easy way to get that in. Adding it to a spray bottle with water for a multi-purpose cleaner. Here's some great diffuser blends. So grab a screenshot if you have your phones available. And then you guys, you can always jump into like, just Google doTERRA Naoli diffuser blends, and there'll be more diffuser blends than you'll ever live to make. It's awesome. So next, it is great for our hair and our scalp, especially with lavender and rosemary. These three are fantastic. If you don't get the free Naoli, no worries. You can utilize the tea tree oil in place of it. But just 3 tablespoons of alcohol free witch hazel, some carrot seed oil, your lavender, your Naoli, your rosemary, and adding this to a spray bottle, top it off with some filter water, and just spritz and massage it into the scalp or daily when you wash your hair. I actually have one of those, it looks like a ketchup bottle but clear, and I'll actually treat my scalp, which is awesome. Yeah, and if you have an oily scalp, you might want to leave out the carrot seed oil, but it is really, really good. So next, and Aaliyah, these are some of Aaliyah's recipes, so thank you for throwing these in there for us. You can tell that this is a real multi-purpose freebie this month. The heel scrub, especially, I know that during summer I go barefoot a lot more. I wear a lot more cute little sandals, open-toed, open-heeled. So sometimes that will add some roughness around that. So some Nioli with some peppermint is lovely, and all you need is a little bit of sugar, baking soda, and avocado oil. You're gonna really clean those rough patches and really deeply moisturize. And it feels amazing, you guys, with the peppermint. So yeah, mix it all together. You can use it for your feet. I love to do this, especially after I come home from camping or a good hike. Loving on your feet is always a good idea. They carry us wherever we go. Owie spray, just lavender, and then Nioli. Again, all of these recipes you can replace with the tea tree, and just adding it to a spray bottle. Put a little bit of coconut oil on it, and you're done. And you can actually spray or spot touch it, okay? Because the fractionated coconut oil is such a very light oil, it will go through the spritzers without getting clogged. So, handful of really cool recipes for you there. The next we have is the 15% off. Usually we only get 10% off, so it's pretty exciting that it's 15% off. The Beautiful Blend Hydrating Body Mist. Really amazing for your skin. I love this fresh out, and you guys, like, you will feel like a princess or queen of Sheba if you do the dry brushing with your Sassy, take a nice shower, and then when you pop out, you applying this, leaves your skin super silky soft. It's a very light floral aroma. It really lifts the mood and really, really loves on your skin. And it's a 360-degree sprayer. And what that means is if it's upside down, if it's to the side, it doesn't matter where you're trying to spray this, you're going to get this nice, lovely, even mist. So that's pretty exciting, especially if you're trying to get it from head to toe. Next. My super favorite, I'm absolutely in love with Citrus Bloom, and I've heard it being called Adaptive's little sister. It's really great for the mood. I feel like right now, especially tending to our emotions is a really important thing to do with all that is going on. And also really, trying to step into compassion and love for others that may be going through a more difficult time, whether it's from the health issue that we're handling right now or the social injustice issue, or both. So Citrus Bloom is lovely. It is a base of citrus, but it has this lovely floral scent. I am totally obsessed with it, and I'm super excited. So this is while supplies last, you guys, and I don't think they're going to stick around for very long. You can purchase everything individually, or you can purchase the kit, and there are limits because it is while supplies last. And then the Vani, this is the Dudes collection, I call it. Very, very earthy, lots of wood oils in here. Great Father's Day collection. The bath bar is actually a lovely bath bar. It's the Balance. It's made with the Balance essential oil, but it also has charcoal, like an activated skin-safe charcoal, and that's lovely because it helps draw toxins out. So this is great for everybody. And last but not least is the free Immortelle. So this blend, if you do the 200 PV order, and it doesn't matter whether it's just a regular standard order or an LRP order, but like I said, if you do an LRP order and you do it on or before the 15th, you'll get the Immortelle and the free Nioli oil, which is, I think, go get it all. Leverage out all of it if you can. That's how I roll. It nourishes skin, really amazing for radiant complexion, reduces the appearance of aging. My mom absolutely loves it. She used it for like 2 months, and everybody at work commented on her complexion. Really amazing to help reduce that aging appearance. And you can apply it to the face, the neck, morning and evening. And I actually what I like to do is I like to just spritz my face with a nice toner. I do love the doTERRA Virage toner. And then I will apply the Immortelle. And it spreads easier, and you don't use as much. So it really goes a really long way. So that's my favorite way to use that. And I would like to personally thank you. I know that Aaliyah and Carrie would also like to thank you for joining us this evening. And if you have any questions, pop them in the chat box.
I know the question come up, and I'm curious about it too. For the Citrus Bloom collection, it says plus Citrus Touch. Does that mean the citrus like diluted roller bottle?
You know, that's a very good question. Because I haven't seen it in any of the photographs, and I usually always put it in the photographs if it's going to come with the collection. I feel like it may come with the collection, but you wouldn't be able to purchase it individually. I know that the two, I do know that it's a limit of 2 collections, Citrus Bloom collections per account per month until it runs out, and then you can purchase everything individually. So I believe that if you purchase the full kit, then yes, I do believe you get that. I would double check with doTERRA just in case.
So you guys, what I think actually, I know someone helped with the slides for Shannon. You know what? It has a little Canadian flag on the back.
Oh, it has a Canadian flag, so that might be for Canada only.
I know, I checked right now, so that could be available mid-June. So this is actually in the future for them, that they'll because we did get remember we did get that before, so they're giving Canada a chance for that.
Okay, so I'm going to say no for the American market.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Great question.
So, yeah, well, very there. Yeah. Any other things we have? We have a few minutes. Any other questions on there or thoughts that came through to answer?
Or any question about oils or wellness.
Is there anything on the chat, Aaliyah? I know you did such a great job going through everything. Was everything pretty much answered?
Yeah, it was mainly just me blowing it up.
Okay. Just checking.
You just gotta go back and see it. When you watch the recording too, you get that information again. So
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, thank you for joining us, you guys. Super glad you guys came with us. Yes, you will get the webinar. A copy of this, give it about 24 hours because it's Karina. I just want to throw her a little bit of love. She had to jump off because she has another webinar to do, but she does this for us, and she has her assistant jump on and make sure that everybody gets it. So give them a little time to get that all downloaded and recorded and sent out to you guys.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Go what Aaliyah said and Shannon both mentioned, is sending out so much love right now.
Yep, so absolutely. Love yourself, love everybody else. Compassion for yourselves and others. It's what we need a whole lot of right now.
Definitely.
Absolutely. All right, you guys. Take care.
Have a great evening, guys. Bye.